Well, welcome back, everyone, to another Patron Hangout here with the Angry Chicken crew. This is where we take your calls live and do a Q&A. You can ask us questions about anything, although I have a feeling it's going to be Goblins versus Gnomes related.
Themed.
Yeah. There you go. Themed is also a word. So, welcome back, guys. It feels like we just did this. I'm getting deja vu. So.
Ooh, second team Will Sniper.
And Dills is cracking.
Deck is ready.
Cracking cards.
Cracking packs in the background.
As we do this. So
I got a gold sniper.
Nice.
Feel free to start calling in live, folks. Usually there's like a ton coming in before we even get going. But
Did you post on the Patreon? I can't remember.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did it. I did stuff.
Nobody has any questions. Everybody already knows all the good decks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's too busy playing. They're just like, Patron Hangout. I have better things to do.
Like, I got some decks to test, man. Gnomish Experimenter. So bad.
Is that the one that draws a card and gives you a chicken if it's a minion?
If it's a minion, it's a chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, that card is just laughably terrible.
It's a fun card, but yeah, it's just a bad card.
Oh, yeah. So bad.
I guess
So
you could
freaking
play it in an all spell deck, but even then, no, you couldn't.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting because no one's calling.
My Mech Bear Face deck is actually doing really well, though. Mech Bear Face is... okay, junk bot. Golden one-eyed cheat. But essentially, it's an aggro. It's like the Fire Bat Druid deck, but with Mech Bear cats in it.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it was doing work last night.
Huh. Well.
So that I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make the Death Rattle Hunter deck, and then Pirate Rogue.
Pirate something.
Pirate Rogue.
Well, I do know we had some questions posted in the Patreon post from the patrons. So I'm going to go there.
Sure.
And find some of those questions since everyone's being real gun shy tonight.
Okay.
So let's find some good questions. All right, we got one from Trevor. Trevor says, I'm just a casual player and looking to hone my arena skills. I love the episode where you did the arena draft, but realized they are just too long to do. Would you consider doing an occasional or regular segment where you look at just one set of card choices in an arena draft and critique it? When I have a hard time making a choice, I often screenshot it to go research it later, and getting the podcast's insight would really help.
So like just one set of 3?
Yeah.
If somebody sent those in, I would have no problem looking them over.
Oh, that's a good
Fun.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm not sure now is the best time to add a new segment because I feel like we're gonna have plenty to talk about.
No, but
Well,
you
for
know, I
now,
mean, we could find. I mean, I don't know. This is also an interesting time to do it because it's evaluating these cards in arena. So
That's actually a
there's
good
gonna be a lot
point.
of times where people will go,
Are we gonna make an
I know
executive?
this is good, but is it a good pick here? And you know,
Yeah. We also usually do 2 crazy game stories. We could do 1 crazy game story and 1 like arena pick.
arena pick.
That's possible.
I'm down. Oh, legendary.
All right.
That means your crazy game stories have to be really good, guys. Really good.
All right, let's see what we get. Oh, Iron Juggernaut. I already have this one too. What the hell, man?
Oh, what a
I
shame.
can't decide.
You got a good
That one,
legendary. I
there's
feel so bad for
Vulcan,
you.
And there's one other that I'm trying to decide between because I have like 2,900 dust. And I had 6,000, but I crafted Sneeds and I crafted, what's the other one we talked about last night?
Trogzor.
Yes.
Trogzor, gotcha. We're getting our first caller, by the way. I'm gonna add him to the call.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to the call, caller.
Hello. I
Hello.
need to mute Twitch because this is confusing.
Yes, turn your radio down, please.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Not much.
What's
How you
going
doing?
on?
What's your name?
Who is this?
This is Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Yeah. I didn't really have a question. I was just figured since you said no one's calling, I'd pop in and say hi.
Well, hello.
Have you cracked any packs yet?
I have not. I am a free-to-play player, so
Didn't you get your brand new
You should have
3
gotten-
for locked
Yeah,
in?
I got my 3 free ones. So
Well, there you
I
go.
cracked
You,
those.
you,
There's...
you cracked some packs.
Okay, fine. I cracked 3.
Did you get anything good?
None of this like 60 pack stuff that people are doing.
Aw.
Didn't Maz do like 400 or something?
Oh my
Yeah, he
god.
did 420 packs.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
I
because Twitch forces Maz to do stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure I'd be booted out of the house if I threw that much money at this game in a day.
So wait, did you do just the 160, Garrett? Is
Yeah.
that what you did?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. And then I did today. I also did an additional, I think, 11 with all the gold I had.
Mhm.
And I got nothing super thrilling. It was Neptulon, I guess. Neptulon I'm excited about, but I got Blingtron and Hemet, and those are just gonna go
Legendary. Sorry.
freaking dills. This is gonna go. It's gonna go straight to the dust pile. So,
All right,
um,
I'll tell you what. I got a question I thought of.
awesome.
And I think you may have talked about this on the show briefly, semi-recently, but it's something I think about. So I'm a big Magic player. I play Magic.
I couldn't tell by your
and-
avatar.
Yeah, I know. It's yeah, that thing.
It's the
I forgot
color
about that
wheel.
thing. Yeah. So Magic has different formats. They have standard, modern, legacy, whatever. Do you think that Hearthstone will ever need to do so, and will ever need to move to something like that? And if they do you think that they should move to that now? Or because if they ever do move to a point where they have to say, okay, only cards in the last 2 years, you can use in tournaments. I think it would be probably better for them to do that, now rather than, set the precedent now rather than later.
I don't know.
I do think they will eventually have to do this. I don't think that they need to do it now if they do, because I think right now you've essentially got, 3? I would consider this like 2 sets of cards, right? Because Nax is only 30 cards, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you need to cut out the base expansion when, now the Goblin
Yeah.
is out, but...
But now, okay, so Garrett and you guys might know more about this than I do. Who decided on these formats? Was it Wizards who decided that this is the accepted formats that we have?
Yeah, and they've
Or-
switched back and forth over time. Like there was one that used to be the last 7 years, and then it was the last 4 years,
Yeah.
and it wasn't working, so they killed it
Yeah,
altogether.
and there's a big change coming up. We're going to lose the core set. We're going to get 3 sets every
4 sets, two block sets every year.
two block set. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
I do think at some point in the future you may have to start thinking about that. But in its current state, I definitely don't think you need to ban any cards or anything like that. But I would like to see. I like the fact that there's these different formats because you can make these. What is it? The Legacy, where you can make decks that are just ridiculous and broken. But
I have played
everybody's
these
got a
formats,
ridiculous and broken
they
deck,
are
so-
ridiculous.
yeah,
It's like
But
win
everybody's
on
got
turn
one.
2 with 0 lands.
yeah,
It's kind of hilarious.
yeah. But I mean, like that's interesting for what it is. But it's also not a great competitive format if you're going to try to figure out who the best player is. It's just like, oh, I drew the perfect 7 cards and I have this crazy infinite 7-card combo. But that's still fun, and I would love to see that kind of stuff come because then you could have decks that are based around weird win conditions that don't work in regular play. So I would like to see it happen eventually, but I don't think we're very close to that yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we are that close either, but I think it's the sort of thing that like I think once Blizzard has an idea of like how often they want to be releasing cards, and they kind of like set that precedent, then I think it's probably something that because everybody's going to be very unhappy when they're told you can't use these cards, or
No,
however they decide
absolutely.
to implement it.
But how did Commander decks start? Was that Wizards too? Did they decide on that, or was that like? 'Cause I feel like some of the stuff had to be player innovation, right? At some point.
I think Commander was initially just kind of a fan-made thing, and then Wizards took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
I
No,
couldn't
not
tell you.
actually
I'm,
sure.
I'm not on the up and up on the history of every format of Magic.
Format and where it came from. Yeah.
No,
But I mean, Do you think so, Garrett? Do you think that Blizzard would want to control all? I mean, obviously in this game you have to, right? Because
Yes.
they'd have to build it into the game.
I don't think if it doesn't come from Blizzard, it's really not going to be a thing. I mean, we saw that they didn't. They were not really down for people banning cards in the early stages of the game. So I think they're going to be heavily involved one way or the other.
Well, it's not like with Magic where you can just have I have a bunch of cards. I'm like, hey, you know what? I could make 100 card deck with only one of each, and like that just seems like something that could just happen naturally. But in
Right.
this game, you'd have to have an option for it and a board that fits it and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Add-ons.
Yeah, and Hearthstone's weird because it is a little different as time goes on because in theory, none of these cards are ever going to become any rarer than they are the day they are released. You'll always be able to go, say 4 years from now, and you want a Leroy Jenkins from Vanilla Hearthstone, you save up 1,600 dust, you craft a Leroy Jenkins. There will be no Black Lotus of Hearthstone. There's not going to be that kind of that forced scarcity.
Golden Mechatork.
Yeah, but it does. But it
You can
sucks.
still get Mechatork,
You still get the card though.
and you still shouldn't play
You
it.
can't craft a Golden Mechatork, can you?
No,
No.
you can't
No, but
craft
you-
the golden one, but I mean, like, you can still get it to
Yeah,
play
yeah,
it.
You can still get a
I meant in
Mechatork.
terms of
Yeah.
actually playing the game, not for collecting
Yeah.
purposes. So it is different and it's weird, and I feel like we as players have a different sense of our ownership of these cards than we do with Magic. Because like in Magic, I own all the cards I own, and if I want to have a friend come over and play with whatever the hell cards I feel like playing with, I can do that. But it's only when I go to a tournament that there's very specific rules in place about what cards I can and cannot use. So I feel like it's going to get interesting with Hearthstone because I feel like, say in 2 years' time, Blizzard's just like, well, Goblins vs. Gnomes and Vanilla, that's just fallen off. You can't use it in play mode, and it's not legal in tournaments anymore. I feel like people would lose their mind.
But I think that's what they have to do.
I agree, but I think I don't think it's as black and white and saying, well, it works in this game, so it has to work in this other game.
Yeah. I think though that what they could do is they could separate out different formats and it would be in the game. So you could say enter a game of modern or whatever. That probably come with their own terms, but I want to enter a standard game right now, and I want to enter. And when they have tournaments, they already talked about how they're asking the player base if you want tournaments in the game. So different formats for the tournaments, stuff like that. And then I would love to see them allow players to, if I'm just playing against my friends, decide we're going to play with 60 card decks and 50 life and stuff like that. Like I would love to see all that stuff happen. I think we will see it. Who knows exactly which direction they're going to go with it. But I agree with Garrett. I don't think they have to do anything. They're just going to do what they think is best for the game.
Yeah, and I
but
honestly,
at some point, something.
and I don't know. I have nothing to base this off of, but I feel like they're probably not sure what they want to do right now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's probably true.
Who knows? The game is so young right now. I mean, when Magic first came out, how old is Magic now? Magic is old.
24.
20,
25?
21 years now, I think.
20-something year? Yeah, okay. So when that game first came out, I'm sure nobody knew what the hell was going to come down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Even if there was going to be a down the road for the game. I mean, everybody. I remember people thought it was a good game, and but yeah, you didn't know that. In 2011, we're going to come up with Commander, 100 cards. This card can always be played. Like all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. It's kind of funny to me, though, to look back at some of Magic's history and see Hearthstone coming up with the same problems that Magic came up with. Like how
Yeah.
Magic made Standard, and I'm like, well, maybe Hearthstone needs to do the same thing. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah.
I do. When I'm someone who's not heavily involved in Magic, but getting into it now, I really like Standard right now because to me that feels like what Hearthstone kind of is. It's like
Sure.
you have this set of cards, and so I can kind of wrap my head around that more. And then when I watch people play all these other formats, I'm just like completely lost. I have no idea what the hell's going on. But I do think at some point to keep it kind of fresh and moving, you will have to have sets drop off as far as like what's in the competitive atmosphere. So we'll see. Blizzard's got full control over all of this, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great question, man. Thank you. That's you call with no question, and look at the conversation that you started.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in, Daniel.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
It was good talking to you.
Good talking to you. Oh, by the way, Miracle Rogue is the best deck ever.
All right.
And on that, he is gone.
By the way, so the Legendary Open, Mogre the Ogre.
Hey,
Nice.
Jocelyn was a big fan of this one, right? So
Yes.
she just likes things that rhymes.
Ogre deck incoming.
Okay, I do like rhyming, but it's still super cool.
It is a cool card.
Ogre deck incoming.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna try it out.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think we have a new caller on the line.
Yes, you do.
Hey, what's your name?
Jim.
Hey, Jim.
I know Jim. Jim plays Smite with me.
I recognize Jim's avatar from Twitter.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, good. You're coming in a hair quiet, so feel free to talk loud.
Okay, I just adjusted my mic.
Oh, much better.
All right, cool. I didn't really have a question, but you guys seemed starved for callers, so I thought I'd come help out.
You're always
We're desperate, Jim.
You're
You're
always-
our only hope.
You're always chatting our way on Twitter. You mean you don't have a question?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Doesn't have to be a Hearthstone thing.
I can't really think of anything. I did have just a moment of glory I wanted to share, because I was really
Okay.
excited about the Matter Bomber. My intention was to, first deck I'd make with goblins versus gnomes is make, 2 Matter Bombers, 2 Mad Bombers, and 2 Shadow Steps in a road deck. So I did that. First game I played with it, my opponent had 11 health worth of minions on the board. I was on low health, about to lose. So do Matter Bomber, Shadow Step, Matter Bomber, Mad Bomber, clear his board.
Nice.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That's
And then
It's amazing.
he
So
plays
that's
Ragnaros
15
and kills me.
bombs. That's 15 bombs, right?
Yep.
6, 6, and 3. Okay, so 4 of them hit face, and all the rest had to hit. That's wow. Well done, sir.
yeah. You
It
got
was
some
great.
real good rolls of the die there.
Do you
And then-
have pandas in this deck as well?
I did initially, but then I was looking at the deck and realized it kind of sucked. So
Hmm.
I need to take out, but actually more useful stuff in there.
Sure.
I-
When you
I'd like
build the
to
deck
just-
only around a couple of cards, it gets a little bit rough for sure.
Yeah. I lost that game anyway because he played Ragnaros and just hit my face, but
Oh.
I didn't care. The only thing that mattered was getting Matter Bomber glory.
You know,
Oh,
this is the Ben Brode thing that they talk about all the time, and Dodds as well. That they want you to feel like even if you lost the game, you had some awesome moment. You did something cool during
Oh,
the game, and that's
absolutely.
exactly it right there.
Yeah.
The next game made me think of you, Dills, because it was against a shaman.
Hmm.
Twice he played Crackle against a 5 health minion of mine. Once even with spell power, and he failed to kill both of them.
Damn it,
Yes!
Crackle!
Amazing.
Yeah.
I had your back, Crackle, and you've been letting me down.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually going to be good because you can't rely on it.
I mean, it's still
yeah. Well, I do think though that I think it's going to be in every shaman deck pretty much from here on out.
think-
So far, I haven't seen a shaman deck without it.
I think in a face burn deck, it's probably good because you're just going to hit face with it. It doesn't really matter how much it does.
Mm.
But if you're trying to kill minions, you could get just totally screwed and waste your card.
It's true. I think though that when you use it on a minion, what it's doing is it's giving you another option for removal that you wouldn't have had before. So I
Yeah,
still
but-
think it belongs in all of the shaman decks at this point because if you're saying okay with something like Lava Burst, you're guaranteeing that you're going to get the 5, but you're spending more mana regardless. And with Crackle, it's like you're giving yourself an opportunity. And Shaman, have a lot of little minions and other ways to deal with some extra damage. So I think they're all going to use it, and they're going to use it for removal and control decks. And then there will be the burn face decks that'll use it a lot too.
Yeah, we'll see. Might happen.
I'm still a firm believer in it right now. But we'll see.
I agree with what Dill said. I still think it's a lame card. I think you're going to see it in every deck because at the end of the day, it's still just 3 targeted damage wherever the hell you want it in the worst case scenario. But it's just the worst type of randomness in the game.
Yeah.
It's not fun like Knife Juggler or Dr. Boom. It's just I hope this does enough to kill it, and when it doesn't, you feel bad. When it does, you did nothing to actually impact the outcome.
The damage range is just too wide.
Yeah, that exactly, and that's
I think Lightning Storm is fine because you more or less know what's going to happen usually.
right. And it's still like I mean, there's so much value in something that attacks the entire enemy board that the fact that there's a random element in it is forgivable, and it's also a spread of 1 damage.
Yeah.
So,
and Demon Locks are just fun as hell now with Mal'Ganis and the Floating Watcher. Just so great.
I want Mal'Ganis so much. I want playable legendaries, which I didn't get in any of my packs. So that'd be
I had
nice.
pretty good luck. I did half gold, half money, got 120 packs, got 7 legendaries.
That's not
That's
too
a lot
shabby.
of gold.
Yeah,
Wow.
I spent way too much money a couple months ago to complete my expert set, and so I've just been saving up since then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. That's a lot. Yeah, I thought I saved up a lot of gold, and I ended up only with enough for 11 packs, but and
Yeah,
they all
well,
had terrible cards.
Like I said, I spent way more money than I really needed to a while ago to get all those.
Yeah, we've all been there, and some of us are still there right now as we speak, spending too much money on Hearthstone.
Yeah, I'm going to try to avoid spending any more on Goblins vs. Gnome. I've got almost every rare, 1/3 of the legendary, so it's not bad.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not a bad
I really
ratio.
want to spend more. I'm so bad.
I do too, but it's just December, man. Holiday
No
season.
self-control.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Some rough stuff.
Yeah, it is hard to control yourself because it's just, I can just buy those packs, and I don't see the money going away right away.
And then you check your bank account. You're like, oh God,
Yeah.
it's so low.
Like, why does my credit card bill have like 30 different statements from Blizzard on it? Shit.
Well, it's because I borrowed a gym and I needed a lot of pets. So I'm sorry about that. It happens.
I'm the worst for that. Anytime there's a sale, buy all the pets.
I want that new Ravager mount in the worst way. But anyways, thanks for calling in, Jim.
Yeah, no problem.
And
I'll,
thank you for your inspirational Matter Bomber again story.
yeah, Matter Bomber's my favorite card in the set.
If at first you
Not
don't,
good in serious play, but it is just so fun.
yeah, it's a blast. Well, thanks, Jim. We'll talk to you again.
Yep, I'll see you in January at the Fireside Gathering.
Oh, awesome! You're a Florida native?
Yeah, I'm only about an hour north of you. I'm near St. Pete.
Oh, okay, great. Well, we'll see you then, or at least I will.
Yep. All right. Have a good night, guys.
See you, Jim.
See
All
ya.
right, see you, man.
We got another caller coming in. And hello, caller. Your avatar is hilarious. Can you hear us? Maybe not. Oh, wait. Looks like he's coming online.
Man, I tell you what, I got it fixed.
Hey!
We tried this twice last time. And it turned out it was a problem with my motherboard that I hadn't gotten set up with Skype yet since I'd done an upgrade.
So you were the Chris that called in, I think, like 3 or 4 times on the last one, and we just couldn't get any sound from your end.
Yeah, it just ended up messing up twice on me.
Yeah. Well, good to hear that you're working now. Well, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
I was actually, I'm scrolling through the Patron comments. I was like, what question should I pull out next if we have a lull in calls? And I was about to start talking about your thing in here, but you're here now. So what do you want to talk about, Chris?
Oh, yeah, well, there's that whole RNG thing that I just find comical you raging about. But actually, the one thing I wanted to talk about last time, it was right before the championship games, right? And so I'm looking through who's going to be in it, and I'm like, wow, 16 dudes, and all but 2 of them are Asians. That was not a very diverse crowd. Did you notice that?
That's par for the course as far as esports are concerned in most games. The fact that we had... I watch a lot of StarCraft, so I just assume every time I go and watch a game that I'm going to see nothing but South Koreans with godlike abilities who are probably male. And that's generally what you see. So I actually get really excited about Hearthstone because I get to root for the home team more or less. There's a lot of really good players here in the U.S. So for me, coming out of StarCraft, I feel like this is insanely diverse.
And the one of the Americans won, and
Exactly.
so that was kind of interesting. But yeah, that had just kind of struck me, and I had some notes about who was going into the finals and all that stuff. But that was insane. I enjoyed. I think it was it around Thanksgiving. My son Ben here is with me. I'll say hi to Ben.
Oh, hey, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Wave.
Hey, what's going on, man?
So, we were at my mom's house eating Thanksgiving dinner or something, and I got this little, the Hearthstone's going live and with the finals, and so we ended up watching all that, and we ended up watching it all the next day, and watching all of it through the stream, and it was interesting. I'd never been attracted to esports like that, but it ended up being a really neat thing.
I love hearing about people's first esports experience because 9 times out of 10, everyone says the same thing. It's just like, I didn't know this existed, nor was it that it was this awesome and intense. So it's always, I always love hearing those stories. And you can always, it's funny too when you go to these events live, because you can always pick 1 or 2 people out who either got drugged there, or in the case of BlizzCon, wandered over just randomly and have never seen anything before, and they're just kind of like slightly standing with their jaw agape and just like, wow.
I was like, when we walked into the StarCraft stage, it was like, what?
I was just about to follow it up with that I had that experience again this year when I saw the StarCraft stage, because it was insane. But yeah. Well, that's awesome. I feel like, I mean, I don't know what the answer is for trying to promote diversity in esports. I'm not sure what it is, because
I think Hearthstone's doing a pretty decent job of just being a game that you don't have to live in a gaming house and commit your entire life to be good at. So I think more options of games to play is kind of the first step. And I think games that are really interesting to watch, as well. Because that's the thing. Like, I don't really, I didn't anyway play any of the MOBA style games. So to watch those was totally boring to me. Whereas something like StarCraft I could watch because it's just exciting. It's watching like armies battle it out, right? So even if you don't play that game a lot, you don't quite understand, it's still exciting. But those were really my only 2 options before. So it was just Koreans and more Koreans, and it's like, which one to do it? I don't know these people at all. Like, I don't follow any of this stuff. But then games like Hearthstone and stuff have come along, and
just look at what Firebat did. Where I mean, he did all his practicing while he was at work.
Yeah, he wasn't on a team or anything. Yeah.
Wasn't on a team.
And his parents almost didn't let him come. They thought it was a scam. Like, I forget who made the joke at BlizzCon. It was like, have you met Mr. BlizzCon? Do you know if he's a real person?
And then he had the best answer afterwards. It's like, well, I guess maybe I'll get some invites to these tournaments now. Yeah, I guess you will. So
it's like, yes,
so that was kind of cool.
You're gonna get a lot of invites.
It's funny. Like he basically just put together a group of friends and just practiced with those guys, and won the biggest tournament in the world. So it's like that to me is what's going to promote diversity right there. That exact thing happening.
Well, that you don't have to have off the charts dexterity skills like these StarCraft guys. You can just be an average guy or an older guy or whatever, and if you can think strategically and have some number sense in your head, you can play the game.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons I like it too, because I love StarCraft, but I cannot play it even remotely close to as well as the guys that do it for a living. I mean, it's like
this little guy next to me, he's the StarCraft player.
Oh
yeah,
nice.
He loves it.
It's a good game. It's a very good game.
And his old man tries to whip him in Hearthstone, but then he goes like 3-0 with his Paladin deck on me sometimes. So
wow.
Anyway, so the big question is though, Garrett, what is with you in the random number generators?
I feel like yesterday people misunderstood me. I hate Crackle. I think Crackle is it's lazy design.
Well, Crackle is at worst it's an expensive frostbolt. At best, it's a cheap fireball.
At worst, it's an expensive frostbolt without the best thing about frostbolt, that it freezes your thing if it doesn't kill it.
Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. The best thing about frostbolt is the 3 damage.
Are we really going to talk about Crackle again?
Well, the thing that I think that I come back to though is it sounds like what you have a problem with is that the cards can have randomness themselves. Whereas, like, if you have a Magic the Gathering, dare he say it, card, it can't have that randomness about it because it's a card. But these are e-cards, and so with them we can put that randomness back in there. But it's to me it goes back to the roots of where these games came from, right? I mean, we rolled D20s to figure out how much we hit for.
No, and
on everything. I
agree with you. I like the randomness. I like. It's just that Crackle, you have no player agency over it at all, and that's why I was getting off on it yesterday, because Dills likes to just defend cards that I hate because he knows he gets a rise out of me. But
no, I defend that card because I think it's a value card. I think it's a value card. Yeah, I think that what you're and the point that's being made is that at its worst you're getting 3 damage for 3 mana, and that's fine. Even at its worst, it's fine. and then you have a chance to get much more out of it, to get 6 damage for 3 mana. So to me, I think it's just a value card. Sometimes you aren't going to get it, but I actually like the card. I think the card actually is a valuable card.
And then what you got to figure out is, okay, do I try and get 6 out of it? What's going to happen if I don't get 6? What happens if I get 5?
Exactly. You have to. There's still a lot of thought process that goes behind playing the card, and you have to decide when is the correct time to take a chance. When is the correct time to know? Okay, I have a backup plan this time. There's still skill to that, and it's knowing that, and it's similar to, say, poker, where I will call a bet because I think 70% of the time I have a better hand than you, and that's still like Crackle, essentially. Like, I'm going to make this play knowing that 30% of the time I'm going to lose.
Though, because you're not reading your opponent. Crackle is just it's.
You are reading your opponent in Hearthstone. Absolutely.
No, not with Crackle.
You're reading
not.
The situation. No, you're reading the situation, and and if I can say I get 75% of the time, this card is going to do something good for me, which is the 2 situations I played it in when I first cracked it open. Both times, all I needed to roll was a 4 or higher, and yes, I got unlucky both times, but I'm going to take a 75% chance to kill a creature for 2 mana, paying 1 the next turn. All the time, I'm going to do that. I think it's a good card. It's just, yes, there's going to be times where you roll low and times when you roll high and the other person gets pissed off. It's just how it's going to work.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it because in that Shaman deck now, I can have Crackles and I can have my Lightning Bolts.
Yeah,
and
Lightning Bolt, Crackle, and Lava Burst, and just you have so much removal now in Shaman that it's just they're scary. They're scary as a class right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I saw your little Murloc transgression the other day, Bill.
I'm guilty, man.
I was watching the stream and I was like, "What is he doing?"
Yep. I went to the dark side, and you know what? It wasn't so bad. I'll say this though. I'll say this: the current Murloc incarnation is not what it once was, which was just I either get this perfect god draw of Murlocs in the first 4 turns, and there's nothing you can do about it, or I fizzle out and I have nothing by turn 5 and you just win. And that deck to me was like, that's too much of a coin flip. Like, we can talk about Crackle, but a deck where it's like I just win or lose straight up, like based on if I get this perfect draw or not, those are the type of coin flips I'm not going to take. But now with stuff like Neptulon, you can actually kind of play into the late game. Suddenly I drew 4 Murlocs at the end and I'm still going, and I have a 7/7 on the board. So it's a lot more fun, and I think a lot more interesting now.
I'm done talking about Crackle. I still disagree with you. You're wrong.
You can disagree, but it's not necessarily wrong.
I like randomness. Crackle
you disagree, but I'm not wrong. That's fine. It's just, is what it is.
Everyone's going to play it. I'm going to play it. I hate the card.
We know. We understand, Garrett.
Can we please stop talking about Crackle?
I didn't bring it up. So, anyways.
Yeah, you did. I just said RNG and you went right there. You went right there, man.
Well, because you accused me of hating all RNG.
All right, Ben, you got a question? Not really. Okay. We're gonna go. I got 100 packs. We're gonna go crack.
Ooh, okay. Well, that sounds like you guys are gonna have a good time right now.
We're gonna have a good time, and I'm looking for, what am I looking for? Hobgoblin. That seems like a must-have card.
I got one of those. Yeah. Good luck, man. It's a fun card.
Patron.
Yeah, and Ben, he has to have Blingtron.
Okay.
You can have mine.
Garrett.
If I could give it to you, I would give it to you. All right, guys. Thanks for calling.
You know what? I kind of want to try out this. There was a big thing in our Angry Chicken subreddit where someone had given me bullet points of why Blingtron was better than a C card, and it was basically all built around a pirate deck where you could play Blingtron and get.
Oh, it was a Pirate Rogue, right?
Stuff. Yeah.
Pirate Rogue. Yeah, I saw that too. That is actually sounds super interesting. I might try it out before I dust Mr. Blingtron. So.
Yeah, it could work. It could work. I'm not sure. I still feel like it's still kind of a low mid-range card because you still have to combo it to get good value, even in all the ways that he was talking about. But I think in that deck, you could actually do it. You could pull it off.
All right.
So I will try it. We'll try it.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate what you do. We enjoy listening to the show. I enjoy keeping it rated to where he can listen. I don't let him listen to the pre-show.
Yeah, pre and post get a little nuts.
Yeah, two different shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks,
All right,
Chris
thanks,
and Ben.
guys.
Have a good one.
All
Good
right,
luck with your cracker
We'll be in
packs.
touch.
All right, we got another person calling in. Please don't bring up the card we don't want to talk about.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Hello.
Hello,
What's your name, caller?
Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Welcome to the show.
How are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I just actually signed up to be a Patreon about 30 seconds ago.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome.
No,
First act as a patron, enter the patron hangout. Very well done, sir. Nicely played.
Yeah, good as time as any. So I had one question, but I wanted to tell y'all a crazy game story.
Okay.
Awesome.
I wanted to email it, but it was really confusing and just wasn't worth the time. So the situation. Oh, and also it was a really bad time because GVG just came out. So obviously, anything that is a crazy game story with old stuff isn't going to be as crazy. I was playing Math Warrior. Just started playing it, and I was playing against Priest, who was totally whooping my butt. He was up 30-2 in health, and had 4 minions on board. One of them being a Sludge Belcher with 1 health. I had a Lotheb on the board, and it was my turn, and I topped a Frothling. I think it's Frothling Berserker, and ended up doing exactly 30 damage by summoning the Commander, Ghoul, or Unstable Ghoul, sorry, Frothling, and Amani Berserker, ramming the Ghoul into the Sludge Belcher. My death, the axe, the 4-mana axe that warriors have.
Death Spite.
Death Spite, yes, into the 1/2 slime to put me down to 1 health. And then the whirlwind going off, and it bumped up the commander to a 20 attack commander.
Wow.
Oh my god.
The Lotheb and the Amani both swung for 10 with the 20 attack commander.
Nice.
I kind of felt really bad about it, but it was.
That's how Math Warrior is played, though, man.
Shouldn't
That's
feel bad about
exactly
that.
how it works.
That's
Yeah, that deck is way too. It's like brain busters, one turn after another, and after a while I felt tired. This is exhausting playing this deck right now.
Exactly, and not only that, like you have to be really patient, because sometimes if you feel like you have to play something but you really don't, it could end up ruining your combo. So
Yeah.
it's a fun deck to play, but it's not really not really the best if you're impatient.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. But it's a super cool concept for a deck, and yeah, I was excited to give it a shot. I don't have the patience for it. So, but you get situations like the one you just described, and it's like crazy. You're like, how did I figure this all out? It's like magic. You just pulled some weird magic out of the hat.
Yeah, you should not feel bad about that. That is a double fist in the air, scream at your computer screen type of victory, sir. Very well done.
Cool. I'm just looking at my avatar. I don't know why my picture's not showing up, but that's like a really old picture of me. So my question, I've played like random iPhone games and some other miscellaneous games, and they tend to reward you for logging in daily and getting something daily. And I know Hearthstone has quests for dailies, but like some of these other games give you like a certain card if you log in for 30 straight days. Do you think Blizzard will ever move towards something like that?
I don't really think they need to. Smite actually just started doing this, where they've been awarding both in-game currency and the real money currency for logging in for a certain number of days straight. But I don't really think Blizzard needs to do that. Their games are addictive enough that you're going to log in no matter what. It's not like they have to try to pull people in. I don't think we're going to see that for a while, if ever. If ever.
They do give little bonuses, though. I mean, here's 3 packs here. When you beat all the AIs, you get 100 gold. Like, there is little stuff like that in the game, so it's not.
Well, in the
100%.
But that feels more like achievements as opposed to like if you log in every day, then.
I mean, daily quests are kind of this incentive already. It's just that you can bank 3 of them, so you don't need if you're trying to play the daily quest game to the highest efficiency possible, you're trying to log in at least every 3 days.
But you still have to actually accomplish something. It's not just straight up for logging in. Here's a blah. You don't get 10 gold just for logging into your Hearthstone account.
Right, but I think that's a good thing because a game that just rewards you for logging in and doing nothing.
Oh no,
that's
what I'm saying. I think it's a good thing too. The games are good enough that they don't need to do that. But yeah, no, I don't think we'll see
I realize this isn't a 1-to-1, but there's already what I'm saying is there's already an incentive to log in multiple times a week.
Yeah. There is. Yeah. Just to complete your quests and stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, which I'm terrible about doing, by the way.
I think though that I don't think that they would be wrong to do it at some point down the road if it makes sense. Like with your garrisons, like you just pop in and you've built up some garrison stuff, and I know it's not comparable because that's a game you're paying $15 a month for anyway, but you could have stuff like I kind of like catch up mechanics and things like that, so players don't feel like they fall behind because they don't have time to play. Yeah. So I could kind of see if you haven't played for a week and you come in, like you get rested XP, if you will, with money gains kind of thing. I could kind of see something like that down the road to kind of keep the playing field a little more level.
Or even something for like new players, because I know a lot of people are concerned about new players not really being able to catch up, and if you're new to the game, maybe give you some type of incentive for the first few days that you're playing. And I know they do that with a lot of the free arena run and everything. It's been a while since I first started, so I don't remember exactly what they give you, but
you get one free arena run, then there's a few achievements that pop up to give you some gold and stuff. So, you get some stuff when you start out, but I could definitely see them starting to expand on that. And the idea is it's not completely out of the question because a little bit of it is already going on. It's just not in the same style that they do it in a lot of other games. But I think it's an absolutely valid idea and maybe something that will happen at some point.
Cool. Yeah, and so just a little background on me. I just started playing over the summer for the first time, and I was pretty much free to play until the end of the summer when I was tired of playing without any legendaries.
Yeah.
So
it can feel rough when you're playing and everyone has all these cards and you just think you'll never have them ever.
It was the simplest of things too. Like I was just playing somebody and they throw down a Sylvanas and I'm like, oh man. That's rough. So I ended up, buying a few packs, and then I just bought some. I haven't bought any of the new stuff, but I ended up getting all the legendaries I need now. So
awesome!
I actually have some fun.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, the game right now is in a very good state. It's a friggin' blast right now.
Is it, Dills? I think it's kind of boring. I mean, they really could have added...
Take all my money. Take all of my money, Blizzard. It's fine. I don't need it. I need to play hard.
Yeah, this game is dangerous for me at this point. I am at risk of not buying groceries. It's bad.
Oh man.
It's bad.
Just wanted to say thank you all very much. I've been listening since probably right when I started. I was trying to figure out how to play better stuff. So huge thank you to you guys. I pretty much listen every week when I'm riding my bike or something. Usually on the podcast, not on Twitch. But thank you. Awesome.
Hey, man.
Awesome
right on, dude.
Thank you for listening and for calling in and for being so quick on subbing to the Patreon and also calling in. That is just well done, Daniel. Thank you.
Step 1, become a patron. Step 2, call the Patron Hangout. Nice.
Have a good one, dude.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, man.
So let's see. We got time for one more.
I've crafted Vol'jin now. I'm excited. Oh, here we go.
Vol'jin.
Quartermaster. That's what I need a second one of. Okay.
I want Vol'jin, man. Vol'jin looks fun.
I know, me too.
Really fun.
So I did not craft friggin' the Pally one though. So I think Bolvar is not necessary for the Pally deck.
Ooh, I got him.
Yeah?
That's what I wanted. I want a freaking Bolvar.
I'm gonna be the only one who has him for when we talk Pally next week.
No, I'll probably write down and craft him before next week. So that's how excited I am about playing Bolvar. Yeah, we can. Hey,
hello.
Hey, dude. Hey, what's up, man?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Oh, good. I haven't played Heroes with you in what seems like forever.
I was gonna say, nice hat, man.
Yeah, right. Repping.
I also am pretty sure I own that shirt.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that.
Random.
You guys caught me in the middle of a game, so not Heroes. I'm playing Hearthstone. But...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
I was gonna say, didn't you call us? How did we catch you?
That's a good conversational game. It's fine.
Not focusing. I'm kind kind of screwed because I got 4 legendaries in my hand.
Uh-oh.
The only legendaries in here, and he just faceless my Grom and just hit me for 10.
As one does, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
So what kind of deck are you playing right now?
I was screwing around with the mech control warrior.
Okay. I think
wanna-
that's pretty popular right now, the Mech Warrior, because the particular Mech card Warrior got is really, really good. The Battle Cry, give another Mech +2/+2.
Yeah.
Screw Jank Clunker. Wow, that's
Oh, I thought you were
terrible
saying
card,
screw
but-
that card.
But no, it's. I think that card might be the best like class-specific Mech out there. It's really good.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I didn't put it in here because I was like, because when I cracked the packs, I got like 3 legendaries. I got Murmuron's Head, and I got, what was it, Foe Reaper. I can't remember the other one I got, but I crafted Bolvar just to see how he would do, and people are just silencing him constantly.
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah.
Yeah,
just
but you
like
know what?
Tyrion.
Then your Tyrion doesn't get
Yeah, then
silenced.
you
like,
throw out Tyrion.
like,
Yeah,
And then they go, oh crap.
they're like,
but
oh,
Tyrion
yeah,
is one of
that-
the only ones I don't have. So
Oh,
great. Because I was
gotcha.
talking to my buddy about it. He's like, yeah, you need to throw both of them in there. But that token paladin now.
That's what
Yeah,
I
it's
want
pretty
to
cool.
play, man.
Yeah, that's the. It's not a mech, but the one I was just talking about, Quartermaster. I just made my second one of that. So you play a couple muster for battles, a couple of Quartermasters, just keep popping out dudes, and then suddenly you buff the crap out of them. Real
Yep.
good.
Yep, you set up for a good trade, then you drop Bolvar, they scream, they silence it, then you drop Tyrion, and you're just like, haha, yes, he is still a card.
Well,
Yeah,
there's a lot of things fixed too, because Paladin always had a problem at the beginning of the game because all you were doing was hero powering for like the first 3 turns, and
Yep.
you just lose sometimes because you just never catch back up. Now that's kind of fixed, so I think Paladin's gonna be actually really, really strong going forward.
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
excited about that. I keep hearing, have you tried Mech Zoo yet, Dills? Because I keep hearing wonderful things about Mech Zoo.
No, but I haven't built. I just haven't played it yet.
Okay, I haven't found a definitive deck list, so I might have to have you share that with me.
Sure, yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's gonna be good.
So, Sword of Justice and Muster for Battle. It doesn't say that it equips a weapon after the Silverhand recruits, but Sword of Justice procs on the 3 recruits that you summon, and then it equips
Really?
the weapon.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
We
yep.
talked about that, didn't we?
We did talk about it on the show, yeah, and
Yeah.
we all assumed that it would work that way because it says
Mhm.
summon 3 1/1 Silverhand recruits. Period. Equip a 1/4
Equip a
weapon.
weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's,
So even though it doesn't say then, the fact that there's a period leads you to think that one thing happens,
Two
then another.
separate-
You know,
yeah,
two separate
I was
sentences.
worried it'd be one of those nebulous Hearthstone things like healing, how even though it looks like things are getting healed one at a time, technically all the healing and dying and whatnot are like happening simultaneously. Or it's death that happens simultaneously.
I
But
think death happens simultaneously.
you're right,
Death
yeah.
does,
If
yeah.
multiple things all die at the same time, they technically die simultaneously. Even if they all have, say, death rattles and you're seeing the effects, it looks like they're happening one at a time. It's actually all happening at the same time. It's just how the game, it's the only way the game could show it to you. So
Yeah. So I tried making like a wonky hobgoblin minion deck with Silverhand recruits. It doesn't work because you have to play with hobgoblin, and I was just like, that really sucks.
Yeah, you
because
can't click it. And
yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
If
would
only
be
it could
ridiculous,
summon.
though, if it worked that way.
I was thinking about it. I was like, you could play Haunted Creeper, and then you could attack something into it after you play the Hobgoblin, get the 2/1/1s, and they get turned into 3/3s right away, but it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
I was a sad panda when I saw that. I was just like,
Aw.
oh.
All right, so here's the deck, though. My old milkshake deck. But what you do is you take Shrinkmeisters, and then you whatchamacallit, what's the friggin' card? Shadow Madness. So I take like something with like say 5 attack. I knock it down to 3. I Shadow Madness that bad boy. I attack something. Then I recombobulate the thing that I just took from the other guy, transform it into something new, and now I keep it. What do you guys think? Milkshake deck just got better.
That is
Because it was already so good.
way too you'd have to have like 3 cards, and you'd be like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this.
But I already was doing this with the milkshake deck, because the whole point of the milkshake deck is I play with your cards, right? So now I can do things like that. I could take out like Crazed Alchemist and put in my Shrinkmeister because now I get to, rather than just like swap them and hope, I could just knock down the attack by 2, take them, and do all kinds of cool stuff. And if you recombobulate something that had 5 attack and now you knock down to 3, it's probably something that cost like 6 or 7. So now I get like a 6 or 7 drop on my side of the board too. So it's on.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be like, oh, hey, you get this random shitty minion. Here you go. Have this deck.
Yep. Yeah, I'm actually really excited to try messing around with this milkshake deck again. There's some new cool cards that are going to really affect it, I think, in a good way. So I at this point, I think the ladder is so fun because everyone's playing weird shit right now, right? Like everyone's like trying out they're like, oh, I've thought of this combo, I must make it work. And
until
that's what
someone like
everyone's going
Firebat decides, oh, hey, we're gonna play this super godly deck, and then everyone's gonna be like,
Yeah,
I hate
yeah.
you doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're all gonna be playing the same decks again.
Like
But
I'm sure if you get up to the higher end of the ladder right now, it's probably a lot of mermen or Sherlocks, whatever you want to call the Murloc shamans.
Sherlocks.
It's going to be a lot of those. It's going to be a lot of token paladin. It's going to be a lot of mech zoo. Like I'm sure there's already trends developing, but there's still so much variety out there that it's still a really fun time to play the game.
yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah, I'm tinkering with it right now. I'm going to make this happen. I have Youthful Brewmaster and a Recombobulator for ways to steal your thing after I Shadow Madness it. I'm
People are
ready.
just gonna see Willy Dills pop up on the side of the screen. They're like, man.
Yeah, here we go again. Take all my crap. I mean, and Vol'jin. Vol'jin fits really well too because
Vol'jin
I
is so
can-
good.
yeah,
Vol'jin just fits because he's a freaking good card.
yeah. Well, he fits. The idea of the deck is mess with your stuff, right? So
Right.
I'm totally messing with your stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
When they released that spoiler for that, I saw that card and I was like, you gotta be joking.
Yeah.
Like, okay, drop rag, I'm gonna use Vol'jin on him, and then, oh, I have smite? I just killed your rag for free.
Yeah.
And you have a
Yeah,
beefy
it's gonna be pretty
Vol'jin.
sick. Yeah. Oh, that
Yep.
reminds me. I don't have smite in this card.
I really want a milkshake now. That's what I'm taking away from all this. I really want a milkshake.
Hey, Five Guys has them now.
They didn't always have them?
No, not over here at least.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never had one from Five Guys, but
Neither have I.
this is not.
I just know they serve them now.
All right. This is actual milkshake talk brought to you by Dills' Milkshake Deck.
By the way, I miss BlizzCon so much.
Oh, God, yes.
Like, even though I hung out with you guys at one night, I just, I was so freaking busy. But it's just so much fun.
Oh, yeah. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And Jocelyn doesn't even remember, I think, hanging out with you
Shut
that
up.
night.
Were you that drunk that night?
If it was Thursday, absolutely.
I think we were all pretty toasty.
Are we allowed to tell? Are we allowed to tell this story real quick?
Yeah, sure, you can tell the
'Cause
story.
it's. I mean, it's pretty. Innocent. It was just the next day. I just remember you, Jocelyn, going, "Did we go to the Hilton last night?" I'm like, "Yeah, we were there for like a good 45 minutes to an hour." I don't remember that. Really?
Gone.
And I didn't believe
We
you.
left your hotel room and went straight back to ours,
I
and
thought-
it was not like that apparently.
I didn't believe you because I was like, I remember talking to you multiple times and you seemed totally fine. Apparently, drunk Jocelyn has her stuff together. Because
Yeah.
I couldn't
I don't
tell.
know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, actually.
Like, I didn't think you had anything to drink because you're so chill, just sitting there like, oh yeah, Dill's beating my ass with a freaking mirror deck on Magic.
Oh yeah, that was my random deck I just made up
I was
too.
like, what are the odds? Like, I built this deck to be trolly, like the trolliest person I could ever be, and he's doing the same thing, and his just worked out better.
Those are the cards that I had. I was like, okay, I think I could make this kind of deck, maybe. And then then you start playing. I was like, oh, I guess everyone's playing this deck. Cool. Somehow I made the meta deck. All right. I have a new deck that I still haven't played against a person, man. I miss BlizzCon too. I wish we could just play some Magic right now.
just whip them out.
Yep, just whip it out. Gary, you like to say whip it out a lot, don't you?
You do a lot.
That one was on purpose. That one was with 100% knowing what it was going to sound like. So, anyways, Mike, dude, as always, good talking to you. Thanks
Good
for coming.
talking to you guys. I will catch up with you guys later. We got to play some heroes sometime soon.
Damn right.
Yes.
I'm loving Jaina, man. Loving Jaina.
I think she's weak, but that's just me.
Oh.
That's because you haven't. That's because
Oh
I've.
no,
se-
this
I-
is gonna be Crackle 2.0.
No. This is gonna be Smack Talk 1.0. It's because you're bad with landing anything that's ice flavored. Because I've seen you play Arthas, man, and it's rough.
Oh, that's
Can't defend yourself hanging up. No, you're fine. You're fine.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
See you, dude.
All right, man.
Oh, absolutely delightful. I love Mike. He's a good guy to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
He's fun. He's
And I'll
absolutely
remember
fun.
this time, I promise.
You remember? Oh. God, man, BlizzCon was such an absolute blast. So, anywho, I think that more or less does it for this hangout.
Yeah. Sleepy.
You can hear it in Dill's and my voice. I've been stifling yawns and coughs. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it. I've had like a lingering cold for 2 weeks and it's ticking me off. So that's why I'm so cranky. Like if I didn't have a cold, I would have been like, Crackle, I love this card.
That's
Yeah,
not
sure.
true.
I'll put on everything.
Sure, that's what would have happened.
Yeah, no. Sticking a pin in it. I know I'm gonna play the card. I just don't like it. That's the end of that. So, anyways, as always, thanks to everyone who called in. Huge thanks to the patrons who obviously make this extra episode every month possible. Thank you guys very much. If you're listening to this on the feed or on YouTube, and you are not a patron and you're wondering what it's all about, you can go to patreon.com/TAC and check it out. But that's that. You can follow Jocelyn at GIS Gamer. You can follow Dills at Willie Dills. Is it Willie Dills SF or just Willie Dills on Twitter? I always forget.
Just Willie Dills on Twitter.
Just Willie Dills. Okay, it's Willie Dills SF for your Twitch. That's
Yeah.
what it is. And you can follow me at Garrett Art. So thank you all for tuning in. Just go play Goblins vs. Gnomes. Why are you bothering listening to this? I hope you're playing it while you're listening to this because that's really the only excuse. Job's
Yes.
done.
Job's done.
Job's done.
Yes!
That was the quietest yes you've ever done.
The quickest, quietest yes.